everybody. I'm Warner Roberts, and it's my great joy to be able to talk about the Mission of Yahweh and the fact that this is the 60th year it has been operating and taking care of homeless women and children. What a joy it has been for me. And so we have the great pleasure today to talk to you about how I got involved and how the very first dorm was built. I was sitting in a restaurant when I met this beautiful woman that's beside me today. Ramona Yauger ran over to me and said, "You have to meet Sister Gay. You have to meet Sister Gay." Hi, Ramona.
Hi, how are you?
We've known each other a long time.
A long time.
That was in 1980.
Was it? Wow.
or 81. Very close in there.
It's good that you can remember.
Oh, I do. And you took me to meet Sister Gay.
I did.
But you had met her a lot earlier.
Yes.
How did you meet?
Well, I went to a Sunday school class, and she was speaking at that Sunday school class. And I fell in love with her. Everybody that met Sister Gay, it's kind of like meeting Warner, you fall in love with her. And so she, my heart just was captured by her. And so I went to the mission. At that time, the mission was 2 little shacks.
Yes.
That was it. And one day I drove up, and all these little children came running out of the shacks. And I said, and they were black, white, Latin American, every color you can think of. And I said, "Oh, Sister Gay, you need a dormitory." And she said, "Daughter, the Lord told me I would have one." I said, "He did? Well, let's build it." I had never built anything or raised money for anything. But God knew who would and who would be involved. And so this time, tell me to stop when you want me to stop.
Oh, no, you're doing so well. You just keep on going.
So this time, Doug and I went to a restaurant called the Rivoli, which is no longer in Houston, but at that point we did, and it was pretty far from our home. So it was unusual that we were even there. And when I walked in, we sat down, started eating, and Warner comes walking in the front door. And I said, "Oh, Doug, this is God." And he said, "Ramona, don't embarrass me," because he knew I was going to ask her for money to build the dormitory. Because I had worked as hard as I could, and I'd only raised about $20,000. So that tells you I was not the one God had in mind. But anyway, so I let her get seated and let them get their food. And I went over and I said, "Warner," I said, "you don't know me, but I want to talk to you about a wonderful lady in her mission." And it was Sister Gay. And so when I finished telling her the story of Sister Gay and how she housed and clothed all these children and these women who had no place to live except if someone would take them in. And when I told her that, she said, "Darling," she calls everybody darling. So anyway, she said, "Darling, call my office and have my secretary put you through, and we'll have her on TV." And I thought, fantastic. Because that's how I knew who Warner was, because she had a television program at that time. Warner, now you take over. I'll keep talking forever, so please. I have so much to say about you.
I don't have much to add to that, except that here was this beautiful woman, and she was saying, "You've got to meet Sister Gay, you've got to meet Sister Gay." I said, "Okay." I didn't know what else to say. So she took me out there, and I met Sister Gay. With the sweetest heart ever, and Sister Gay, and I looked at those 2 little shacks. Mm-hmm. She had bodies in 2 little shacks, but she had sheets hanging between the beds, and it smelled like newly ironed sheets. It was just wonderful. And Sister Gay looked at me and she said, "Daughter, I really need a dormitory." And I said, "Yes, ma'am, you really do." So what happened is I would try to get 50,000 from this one, and 50 and 50 and 50, and I did get a bunch of 50s. Yeah, but I was at this event that I went to in Monaco with Grace Kelly, if you remember. And I was coming back on the plane with these people that owned the plane, and all I did all the way home was talk about Sister Gay and the Mission of Yahweh. And by the time I got back, flown into Houston, I had 150 from that oil man. So that sort of completed what I needed. I had met Doyle Stuckey, the great builder, probably probably 3 years before that because I was helping him on a project. I think it was Shriners, but I can't remember because I was donating, I was doing a lot of charity work, but I believe I was working on a shrine event, and I helped him. So I went to him and I said, we really want to put a dormitory here. We took him out there, and Doyle Stuckey built that building at just rock bottom cost, and he got a friend of his to donate all of the appliances, all of the air conditioning, and we got all of that done, and I got all the furniture from Hoffer Furniture, every bit of it. So it was, and here's the miracle of this project. We had the women moved into that dormitory, fully furnished, with everything they needed in a brand new building in 6 months. Now, tell me that's not.
That's a miracle.
That is a miracle.
It is
So many people that have helped the mission over and over, particularly you, because you started helping before anybody else did.
Well,
you know?
all I did was I would go over every week and preach and sing. I would drag my big sound equipment, talking about modern day. This was back in the ancient days. And I'd drag my sound, I'd crank that thing up as loud as it would go so that everybody would get the gospel. So that was what I did in those days.
We got it done, and
It's her heart.
It is my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But you see all the miracles that happen. You know, a woman will come in there destitute, just with no hope, nothing in her life, and they walk out, and miracles happen. But I'm so proud of the mission. Like you mentioned, 12 buildings now.
That's right.
In this 60th year, and soon, they're going to start on another building. They have bought the property next door, and soon a building project will begin that will house many more women and children. Because actually, even though we have 12 buildings, there's so many people who need help, and many times they have to be turned away. Well, that's a heartbreak. That's heartbreak. Mission of Yahweh is maybe not the easiest name to remember, but once you know what they do and you know the miracles that occur there, you will always remember the name, the Mission of Yahweh.